Welcome to The Buzz. We've got a great show lined up for you today. We'll have special guests from the Central Florida Development Council and from CareerSource Polk. We're also going to show you some footage from a local campus to hear what students have to say about starting their own business. So stick around, The Buzz is coming right up.
The Buzz with Albert Rodriguez. Featuring Spiros Balntas and Marybeth Soderstrom. And now, here's your host, Albert Rodriguez.
He's so sharp, the scissors are told not to run with him in their hands. We're talking about Spiros Balntas, and he is from the CFDC, and welcome to our show. So, Mr. Balntas, tell me a little bit about your personal life. Like, what hobbies interest you?
Sure. Originally from Miami, Florida, born and raised in Florida for 30 years, and came up here for the opportunity in working with the Central Florida Development Council. Really, the area lends itself well to a live, work, play environment. So I'm a little bit of an outdoorsman. The area is really keen on fishing, hunting, but also enjoy the outdoors in terms of beach, nightlife, Tampa and Orlando markets, both an hour away. So really a nice place to do business and enjoy life, really.
So you are a staunch proponent of Polk County.
Absolutely.
That is great to hear. You know, it's interesting. When we were in the back, you let me know that you actually worked here or interned here during high school at PGTV.
Yeah. So back in high school, I did a little bit of a TV production experience, so I'm quite familiar with the setting itself.
So you get a nice nostalgia, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
I love that nostalgia. So tell me, how long have you been working for the CFDC, and could you explain what the CFDC is?
Sure. It's just about 2 years now, a year and 9 months I've been working with the CFDC. Central Florida Development Council is an economic development organization for Polk County. In my role, I'm the senior project manager, and I'm essentially tasked in creating job opportunities and also investment opportunities for Polk County, so that those jobs are coming from existing businesses, and we also do a bit of a recruitment for new businesses coming into the county. In that, there's also capital investment that gets involved on both sides. So whether you're an existing business in Polk County, expanding your facility, creating jobs, or a business that's interested in locating to Polk County, I'm here to help.
All right. And so what exactly is your role? Like, are you like a recruiter or an advisor?
Well, we wear many hats. So we go from addressing issues to workforce, incentives, real estate, permitting. We basically handle the full gamut of the economic development profession. But quite simply put, we're a concierge service, if you will. So we work on behalf of the companies, helping them facilitate their relocation or expansion effort here in Polk County. And we interface with both public parties and private parties.
So it's safe to say that you're pretty much a jack of all trades.
Correct.
When it comes to this. That's awesome. Can you tell our viewers why is Polk County a good place to be an entrepreneur?
Great. Really, when you're starting a new business, you look at competition. Polk County really lends itself well to the entrepreneur. You can be someone fairly quick if you have a great business, a great idea, want to grow into a market that's growing and expanding. Polk County is the place to be, really. But also, you can find many mentors here in Polk County. A lot of our businesses are quite philanthropic, if you will. So whether it's seeking out some of their business expertise or getting connected to networks, Polk County has a great environment for that. In addition to that, we're also within a short distance to the Tampa, Orlando markets or Miami. So as you grow as an entrepreneur, as your business grows, you'll be able to reach out to those markets, to those consumers, and to also grow and expand quite nicely. So Polk County is a great startup location for entrepreneurs.
So would you say that Polk County is pretty much like a hidden gem in Central Florida?
I would say that. It's the sweet spot.
So we recently went to a college campus to ask students what they thought of Polk County as a place to be a potential entrepreneur to open up a business. And we got some footage over here for you to look at, so hope you enjoy. So do you plan on getting any career options here in Polk County?
I haven't thought about it. Maybe after I graduate.
Do you plan on staying in Florida?
It's all up in the air, but I really like Florida, so I might stay in Florida, yeah.
Do you plan on staying in Florida after college?
Yeah, I'm probably going to move to Naples. Yeah, well, I live in New Jersey, so the plan is to make enough money up there and then find my own business, come down here.
Alrighty, what are your current employment options?
Right now, anywhere that'll hire me, really.
That is a good answer. Do you have any employment plans for here in Polk County?
No, I don't. I'm going home.
Where do you live?
Port St. Lucie.
Let's say after you graduate, do you plan on maybe working here in Polk County?
I don't know, because I'm doing athletic training, so just maybe like where I have my internship, or so I don't know, wherever it would take me, I guess.
Would you be teaching here in Florida?
Potentially. I don't know, I have a travel bug right now, so I'd like to go elsewhere.
And down the road, do you see yourself working here in Polk County?
No, I mean, I'm going to be fully, like, military and everything. So.
Down the road, do you see yourself maybe working here in Polk County?
No, I don't see that.
Do you see yourself maybe working here in Florida?
Possibly, but my plans are to move to California and work there.
Do you see yourself maybe after you finish your education, maybe getting a job here in the state of Florida?
Yes, as an athletic trainer, yes.
Do you plan on working in Polk County in the future after college?
Maybe. It's a possibility. I don't know yet.
Do you see yourself working here in Florida down the road?
Yes, definitely.
So you're loving the Sunshine State?
Oh, yeah. I've lived here all my life, so.
Down the road, do you see yourself working here in Polk County?
To be honest, I don't think so. I would like to move to a bigger place, but if I would have to stay, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind at all.
Alrighty. So do you see yourself working here in the state of Florida?
Yes, definitely. I see myself here. I like the weather, I like the people, I like the culture that you see here. It's a very diverse culture, so I just love that here. So.
Sweet. Do you know what an entrepreneur is?
Yeah, it's somebody who starts businesses.
Do you know where the word comes from?
It's French. It means one who assumes risk.
Do you know what an entrepreneur is, by any chance?
It's someone who wants to start up a business. Isn't that someone that takes financial risks in order to start a business?
It's like somebody that's going and doing it for themselves, starting their own business or to make money for themselves.
Self-driven, possibly.
Just someone who's, aspiring to open up his own business, start from the bottom.
Have you ever considered opening a business?
I've thought about it. I'm a music management major. Thought about starting some sort of record label or something.
Have you considered opening up a business?
Not really. I'm going to law school, so I'll probably open up a law firm.
Have you ever considered maybe opening up a business after you get out of the military?
Well, yeah, that's the plan. I mean, I'm coming here. I've got to get a business degree. I mean, that's the plan afterwards, is either starting out my own business or, doing whatever, wherever it takes me, I guess.
Entrepreneurship is I've always wanted to do something with it. It always seemed really interesting to be my own boss.
Have you ever thought of probably opening up your own business here?
I've thought about it. It's crossed my mind a few times. But, nothing too certain yet.
But you like the idea of being your own boss?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe in the 5-10 years, open a business here, and I would like to start it if I start a business here in Lakeland.
Would you considering opening up that law firm here in Florida when you take into consideration that we have a very friendly tax climate and a tax structure that's good for startup businesses?
Yeah, I would do that.
Did you know that Florida is probably it's one of the friendliest places to open up a business because of our tax structure?
Oh, I did not know that, no.
Does that make you want to be a business owner maybe?
Possibly.
Just possibly?
Maybe.
Did you ever consider opening up your own business down the road?
No.
Why not?
I don't know, that seems hard.
What if I told you Florida has one of the friendliest tax structures for startup businesses? Would that make you maybe be more inclined to possibly look into the idea of opening a business?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Sure, I don't know.
Would you ever consider opening a business?
Yes.
Would you ever consider opening a business here in Florida? Considering that it's one of the friendliest tax climates for startup businesses?
I didn't know that, but I would consider opening a business here. I have family here, so.
If I were to do something with entrepreneurship, knowing that, it'd definitely be a factor in what I would do.
What if I told you that Florida has one of the friendliest tax climates for startup businesses? Would that encourage you to be more excited about opening a business?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that plays a huge role here. I mean, if you can cut your expenses as much as you can, that would just incentive business so much. So,
Mr. Balntas, were you surprised or shocked by any of the reactions we had on video?
Well, I think it's our role in economic development to reach out to the new graduates. The CFDC has partnered with Florida Southern, Polk State College, Florida Polytechnic, and among other universities to really reach out to the new graduate and let them know that, you know, Polk County, Florida is a great place to do business and to be an entrepreneur. Like I mentioned earlier, you really have access to networks, peer groups. The CFDC, this SBAC, the Small Business Assistance Center, we have resources that are available to help bring your idea to fruition. So it's just a matter of outreach. It's a matter of promoting the reasons why Polk County is a great place to do business, and the Central Florida Development Council is doing that job as we speak.
Let's say I'm a graduating college student, and I'm thinking about opening a business, but I'm kind of nervous. What would be your small, quick pitch to said college student to say, hey, do it, and do it in Polk County?
Well, my first suggestion would be to contact our office, whether at the Central Florida Development Council or the Small Business Assistance Center. We'll get you to the person you need to speak to help take a look at your idea and create a business plan, a marketing plan, a financial plan, really prepare you for your new venture. We'll also connect you to resources that are available, both government, private sources, and also help you connect to networks, which is very important. You want to speak to businesses that know about the industry that you're looking into and some of the helpful ways on how to navigate those waters. So we really have access to quite a plethora of information.
Now, would you say it's difficult to start a business, especially if you just graduated from college?
I'd say that it may be challenging. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, as cliche as that sounds. But one of the things that we are currently looking at is that the opportunity is there. You know, we're seeing a resurgence of the U.S. economy. Startups, business license tax receipts are going up, and we're also facing that many entrepreneurs are contacting us, finding out, you know, why should I locate in Polk County? So the trend is there. It's just a matter of allocating the right resources, connecting with those groups, and getting in contact with your economic development organization to get started.
All right. What are some obstacles that startup businesses usually face, especially for someone who's just fresh out of college?
Well, typically, the one question that always comes up is financing. You have a great business idea. Well, how do I get it financed? How do I make my first hire? In order to overcome those challenges, you know, our offices are ready and available to help you in that regard. The Small Business Assistance Center is available. You can set up an appointment with them. They'll meet with you, go over your business plan, and really, once you have a good idea, a good business plan, and the markets and are prime for your product or service, reaching out to friends, family, fundraising, different types of fundraising organizations. Kickstarter, for one, is one, in order to reach out to those capital or access to finance, really. And then from there, you know, we have several other resources that are available to help grow and start your business. But a business plan really helps with that regard in order to go over that hurdle, if you will.
And so the CFDC has these type of resources to help someone like myself, if I wanted to start a business and do my own business plan. You have assistance programs to help with that as well?
That is correct. We'll be able to meet with you, go over your business, if you will, and then identify those resources that are available for you to access, whether they be federal funds, state funds, local funds, the assistance is there. It's just a matter of, identifying them, finding out. I would say that, it's just a matter of reaching out to your economic development organization. It's an asset. It's here for startups. It's here for companies who are facing the needs or the challenges in expanding, or perhaps facing the challenge of relocating to another state. We're here to mitigate that. We want Polk County to be an area where business thrives and prospers.
Well, Mr. Balntas, I want to thank you for joining us today. And we're now going to head off to a commercial break, but we'll be right back with another guest.
History tells us that a lack of hurricane awareness and preparation are common threads among all major disasters.
By knowing your vulnerability and what actions you should take, you can reduce the effects of a hurricane disaster.
Hurricane hazards come in many forms, and preparation is the best protection against the dangers of a hurricane.
Knowing the difference between threat levels and then planning accordingly can help you in recovery.
This hurricane season, have a plan and get your supplies together, or you can do nothing.
Alrighty, welcome back. We've got another guest on the show, and she is from CareerSource Polk. She's so bright that the sun can't even look at her. So welcome Marybeth Soderstrom to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So Mary, tell us a little bit about yourself, your personal life, what are you into, hobbies, whatever, interests?
Well, I am born and bred from Polk County. I grew up in Lakeland, and I currently work for CareerSource Polk. I'm the community outreach coordinator there, so I work making sure that we're touching base with all areas of the county to inform them about the services that we provide. And on my off time, I'm a bit of an outdoorsman as well. I enjoy camping. Polk County has a lot of great fun recreational opportunities, so we enjoy getting out there.
So you a big Polk County fan, huh?
Yeah, as well.
Sweet. So I got a couple questions to ask you. You excited being on the show?
Oh yeah, I love. I'm a bit of a talker, a little chatty, so.
Oh, that's great.
We'll get along.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So could you explain to our viewers what is CareerSource Polk?
Well, CareerSource Polk is a nonprofit organization, and we work to connect employers and job seekers together. So we do that a number of ways, and it's everything from the beginner job seeker who has no experience and doesn't know what to put on their resume or what a resume should look like, all the way through professional job seekers. We work with the businesses to help them hire and train, motivate, and retain their employees. So we're providing all of these services through our career centers in Lakeland and Winter Haven, and they're all at no cost to the job seekers or the employers.
So it's completely free.
That is the magic word.
It's free. It is free. That is awesome. So how does this all work? Is it part-time placement, full-time placement, or just training, or is it all of the above?
It is all of the above. So we work with employers to fill their employment needs in Polk County. However, so they might be looking for part-time staff. We work with a number of temporary agencies, so they might be looking for temporary staff. We work with full-time staff. We also do work with job seekers who maybe don't have the skills that they need to get the employment that they're looking for so that they can be self-sufficient. And so we help them go back to school to get training in some in-demand occupations.
Oh, do a lot of people use CareerSource Polk? Do you have a lot of attendance?
We do. We serve over 100,000 individuals each year. Now that's not all walk-in traffic, otherwise it would be insane in our career centers. But we serve them online. So we use a website called Employ Florida Marketplace. It's an online job search portal, and it's actually managed locally. The Polk County piece of it is managed right here in Bartow. And so we are posting jobs of employers, and then job seekers are able to do a lot of job search online. So if you feel comfortable about your resume and comfortable with your interview skills, then maybe you're just looking for those employment opportunities, and so we help fill that need.
Alrighty. Well, what type of training does CareerSource Polk do?
So training, like I mentioned, we could possibly help send someone back to school. So that could be anything from somebody who is interested in nursing or the medical field. There's lots of occupations in the medical field that we can provide. Communications, business, I mean, the list goes on. And really that list comes from what we call the in-demand occupation list. So the state of Florida, they look at Polk County, they look at the demographics, they look at the jobs that we have and what we're projected to have in the future. And then along with our local board of directors, we determine what jobs are going to be in demand. So once you finish your training, you can find employment because that's really key. And then we also offer some really short-term training opportunities, and we might even call them workshops. So there's a resume workshop and an interviewing workshop. Every day of the week at our CareerSource Polk centers, there are workshops going on, and those are free for anybody to come in and join.
So would you highly recommend CareerSource Polk if someone just moved into Polk County and they don't know where to look?
Absolutely. It's really a wealth of information about not only our local labor market and the employers that are here, but also great resources for any job seeker. I get to sit in on the workshops sometimes just to kind of audit them, and I learn new things every single time, and it's a really great opportunity not only to figure out exactly what employment job or what jobs you're looking for, but also what is out there. So maybe what you want to do right now and then what you want to do in the future.
Okay, and I know this is for people that need to find work. Let's say I'm a small business owner and I need someone to help me get my name out there saying, hey, I need some workers with certain skills. Can I go to CareerSource Polk to help me out?
Absolutely. So we have an entire team of individuals called the Business Service Division, and they are there just for you. So they work with our employers to find those employees. We also can help provide training grants. So hiring staff is really expensive. If you're an employer, you know that it's really expensive to bring on somebody new. And because there's a lot of training that's involved, and so there's a lot of time where you're paying them the salary, but they're not necessarily producing any results yet. And so we have what's called an on-the-job training program, where we can provide a grant that will pay up to 90% of that individual salary while they are in training. So there's lots of great opportunities for employers to work with us. And we work with over 3,000 employers each year.
That's very helpful news, especially if you're a small business owner here in Polk County.
Absolutely.
So how would someone start off with CareerSource Polk if they wanted to get some training or some help? How would they start?
Well, there's a number of ways that you can contact us. So our general number is 863-508-1100, and that'll get you to our switchboard, and you can talk to our wonderful operators who will direct you wherever you need to go. We also have a website, so CareerSourcePolk.com has a number of places that you can look and find information and kind of figure out exactly what service fits you and what you would like to do. Or you could go to our career centers and walk up to the front desk and say, hey, I'm starting a job search. I don't know what to do. Help me.
Sweet. Do you get a lot of millennials and college graduates who come to CareerSource Polk for help?
We do, and we get all sorts of individuals, but with our college graduates that are just kind of getting out, and they might have had like one course that maybe had one resume day at some point, but they're not really sure how to put their skills on a resume, or maybe they don't have any work experience, and so that's a huge hurdle when you're filling out online applications and filling out resumes. And so we get a lot of them that are doing just very entry-level job search and trying to figure out how to land that first job so they get the experience to get the next job.
So let's say I'm a student in some random college here in Polk County. Can CareerSource Polk help me realize job opportunities that I didn't think existed in Polk County?
Absolutely. So like I said, at the Career Centers, we have staff that work one-on-one with individuals to help them figure out whatever it is, you know. So maybe you say that you want to, let's see a good example, you want to be an accountant. Well, so first you would think of accounting firms, and you might look up the few accounting firms in the area, but then have you thought about accounting for the healthcare industry? Because right now there's a lot of jobs with our healthcare partners. And so maybe it's thinking about the companies that you wouldn't normally consider. So there might be a healthcare company with a great accounting job, but you would have never gone to look on their website. So we might be able to open some doors and help you think about things a little differently.
Well, that's good to know, because I know from being in college myself, a lot of people my age were like, well, there's not much opportunity here in Polk County. I'm like, well, maybe you're not looking.
So interesting, last month alone in Polk County, there were almost 8,000 jobs listed online. And that is up a considerable amount from the year before. So we just continue to see growth year after year. I believe it was like 18% up from the year before, same time. So there are a lot of opportunities in Polk County, and it's just a matter of knowing where to look.
So you would say Polk County is the place to be right now?
Oh, I believe it, I live it.
Well, I want to thank you, Mary, for being on our show and giving us all the helpful information, especially for our viewers. And now we'll be headed off to a commercial break, but we'll be right back with some news and events.
That's my mommy.
That's my daughter.
That's my dad.
In this journey, we all have a role. Every life counts on you knowing yours.
Welcome back to the show. This is our news segment. It's time to know what's going on. So a new report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture says that the orange crop fell to 96.4 million boxes, and grapefruit is predicted to be at a 50-year low. This is mostly attributed to the bacterial disease citrus greening. Representative Al Britton is pushing for a $5.75 million appropriation to help the industry out in the marketing of their products. In other local news, the town of Dundee has thrown their hat into the ring in the debate over backyard livestock. As a trend for local organic foods continues to increase, so does the desire to own chickens as pets and producers of fresh eggs. An ordinance to allow chickens within the city limits but under certain guidelines was presented to the town commission. Similar ordinances can be found across the county. Dundee officials unanimously voted down the ordinance, arguing that chickens disturb residents and should remain on farms, not within the town limits. In other news, Governor Rick Scott continues to fight for the federal funding for the low-income pool. These are the current funds that subsidize unpaid emergency care bills to the hospitals around the state. The federal government states that the Medicaid expansion, federal funds which the state has refused to accept, will replace the need for this LIP fund. The limbo created with the expiration of LIP funding set to expire at the end of June forced an early departure of the state legislature and is the key topic at hand during the return of legislation in June's special session. Well, that's it for the news. So now that you know what's going on, it's time to learn what's being said. That brings us back to our Word of the Day segment. And our word of the day today is atrocious, meaning of a very poor quality, extremely bad, or unpleasant. That's about all the time we have now, but remember you can catch replays of this show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 and 7, or visit the Polk County YouTube page to see all of our current and previous episodes. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on The Buzz.